We're doing City Hall. We always do City Hall, so we'll do Macy's today. Here comes this party rental, Hungry Hippo. I know he could look like a rhino, a pig, but he's really a hippo. Hungry, hungry hippo, you know. Speaking of, I remember that there's a family running around here and everyone looks the same, so we'll just leave it at that. And they aren't hippo, they're quite thin. I'm wondering how strict they are in the food world and if it winds up, you know, hurting people who are like, God, you know, relax on the food industry. Anyway, Hungry Hippo, there's a story a long time ago. I had met a few people through the LGBT community and was, this is eons ago, I was working at the gay bookstore, Giovanni's Room. It used to be just a bookstore, now it's AIDS Thrift. And actually, technically I met them before in training at a domestic violence training, Women Organized Against Rape. And every once in a blue moon we would meet up. And on Facebook, I noticed that they had gotten together with a friend of theirs who was a little bit chunky, slightly chubby, and they went to, you know, they were on Facebook, posted something about, you know, they were playing Hungry Hippos. What I thought was, for a second, what came through was that they were almost mocking the heavyset person who wasn't in the know. One of the other friends wasn't perfect, but she was an organic foodie. Like, they grew their own fruits and vegetables. Like, they had a whole garden. So technically, she would consider herself among the organic snobbery world, you know, the snob in the organic industry. The Curtis Institute of Music person would be not in the know. That's how it came across. And they're like, Hungry, hungry hippo. We played Hungry Hippos with our new friend from the Curtis Institute of Music. So, anyway, I started to feel sorry for the Curtis Institute of Music person. I was like, did they actually do that? Because there's something off here. Make a left. Make a left. So I don't know if they really did do that, but that's what came through very strongly. The downside of texting, even email, social media, it's hard to gauge someone's intention or a group of people's intentions because there might be too much interference. And it's like, are they making fun of or mocking that person? Or did it just come through that way because there's something weird on the airwaves, you know? And it's hard to tell. In person, you can kind of tell a little better because you would see a pattern, like, do they keep doing it? Or, you know, am I going straight here? So, anyway, that's a little food for thought on that. Coming straight from someone who's used to being ganged up on, per se. I'm always alone. It's better for me, something less yesterday. It's almost better for me sometimes to be alone or in life in order for me to have control and to not let other people try to take over. Because there's a lot of control issues out there, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of women wind up going it alone just to not be taken over and engulfed or consumed by other people and their agendas, you know, whether it's a gang or a partnership or what have you. Husband, even the LGBT community. Because I had my stint there and, you know, I couldn't believe how many women were going through a phase of, and it's not LGBT, it's more about control. We actually want to rank with the men in terms of abusing women. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, women are supposed to be better to each other. That's the whole point. No, these people miss the original intention of the feminist waves. They wound up in, I want to be, you know, badass. I want to play the mind games that, you know, sophomore men play in dating. And there's a whole book, you know, a book on how to get women, because if you present a challenge, it could go either way. Either women present a challenge or men do. But when does it ever end, the challenge game? You know what I mean? So, and when people are more mature, it becomes more of like, you want to hang out with people who you're cozy with, comfortable with. Oh, they got an airplane there, over there. To me, that's low, and it's a clear sky, so I'm kind of wondering why. There goes. Damn, he just got a black sheep woolly coat on. I have gloves that match her coat, so I'm kind of curious where she got it. All that, and we're on the cusp of temperature greatness here, so it's called chilly today. But anyway, she's part of the neighborhood. I'll do something here really quick. We've got major and captains here on this thing, this whatever it is, colonial statue. So Philly's big on captains, and there are block captains. It's I guess maybe with the Mummers Parade and everything, there are captains. I'm trying to figure out why they, use the word captain. Sky view, because the shadow monster is out with the sun reflection here. So there we go. We're back into no shadow land. So that's the talk for this morning. I got a little bit of a later start. And I'm human like everybody else. I don't always wake up. I often don't wake up super happy. I wake up often scared, worried, afraid. Philly has a lot of stuff going on, so it might be slightly easier for people to get on the move and get out of bed and get going. But because of the experience that began in 2011, I was tortured to death. We are talking, it's on the scale of off the Richter scales. We are so not kidding. We're beyond the grave is what someone's like, you're kind of like beyond the grave. That's how bad your case is. But we'll just keep going until it gets fixed, remedied, and the camera helps me avoid, direct confrontations on the street with people who are still carrying out stupid games, But there are a lot of other things involved. The stuff on the street is often riff-raffy, and it's hard to explain what began in 2011. It's so bad. I'm wondering if anyone ever looked over their shoulder. I'm wondering if these days anyone's looking over their shoulder, wondering like, oh, were other people watching? Could people have been watching? But because it's a liberal city, they try to fix it in the air as opposed to getting everybody in trouble. And one of the tactics and strategies, so many people participated that who do you choose to take the fall for everyone? You know what I mean? Who gets chosen? And then if you basically have people who are kind, and it's like, well, that's not fair, 1 or 10 people